My name is Angela Oriomi, and this is Marina Times. Today we have
Emmanuel Odiaka. I'm the MD of ECOP Capital Limited, and we are glad to have you around.
We're glad to have you on our interview session, sir. So let's get straight into it. Currently in Nigeria, we're facing an FX problem issue. An FX issue, basically. So in your opinion, what's the best way that we can address this FX problem?
That's a very interesting question because it seems as if nobody has a solution to the FX, the liquid FX challenge. However, there are some basic fundamentals that we hope the monetary authorities will adhere to, and that is starting with the reversal of the quasi-monetary pass-throughs or systems that we have witnessed in the past, which the present administration obviously is trying to reverse. So moving forward, the question of FX is a question of the liquidity in the system at present. We have observed in the last 8 years that there's been a whole lot of naira printing, which has caused inflationary pressures. We have also observed in the last 8 years that our crude oil exploration has dwindled, in which case the federal government has been hit with low foreign exchange accruals to the reserve. So there are some basic fundamentals here, which has to do with security. The pipelines has to be secured. If we are not getting inflows on proceeds from crude oil, then we need to, as a matter of urgency, reduce our exposures on foreign goods importation and also try to improve the security infrastructure to see that the OPEC quota is enhanced as it is, in which case we need to see more volumes of crude being explored, and that would help eventually in getting the needed FX liquidity into the system.
Okay. So recently, or not too long ago, the CIBN seminar held, and the CBN Governor gave an address. How do you think his address impacted, or what's the impact that his address has had on market sentiments and independent investor confidence?
Talking about market sentiments, the CBN Governor gave a good impression about himself with his mentioning that the CBN was going to face its core mandate, which is price stability and monetary policy stability, as against what we have seen in the past, which has to do with the CBN delving into developmental finance. The CBN Governor also impressed market with his technical know-how of what seems to be the issues surrounding the FX question. He highlighted the need to ensure that the backlog then, which was about 6.8 billion, $6.8 billion, which was owed on some forward swaps, was paid down, and I think they have commenced paying down these funds. We are not too sure if the backlog has been cleared. He also impressed market that CBN was going to pursue its major mandate, okay, which has to do with financial surveillance, price stability, ensuring that the pass-throughs for monetary policy rate is felt in the market. What we have seen in the last couple of years is that the MPC makes pronouncement and market doesn't react. But with the new CBN governor, we have seen he has also shown interest in tackling the issues of SMEs, in tackling the issues of multiple foreign exchange in the system. And that is why we have moved from I&E window, which is in investors and export windows, to the now NAFEX, Nigerian Foreign Exchange Market, where it's a single rate ruling. We technically did call it buyers and sellers market. But now, yes, it's a NAFEX market, which is what we had before now. We have also seen from the fiscal authorities' side their cautious approach to ensure that fuel subsidy was a thing of the past. Whether we are now in a market that is not segmented is left to be seen. But yes, government has announced the removal of subsidy on one side. The CBN governor also impressed market that it was going to follow through on reforms in the banking system to ensure that banking is felt, especially with the SMEs segment. And the reversal of the 41 items was a major pivot policy he came with also, because it didn't make sense anymore that we now have a competitive market and some items are still left in the market. So market has been open technically to demand supply dynamics by the Apex Bank while ensuring that there's still stability and efficiency in its pricing.
Okay. So we've spoken about the promises being made by CBN and all of that. So what monetary policies do you expect to see in the nearest future?
Well, from the CBN's governor's test, he did mention he was still going to be very hawkish in his monetary policy stance. We expect a conservatory approach going into 2024. He also did mention that the Apex Bank, through the Monetary Policy Authority, was going to ensure that the liquidity in the system is kept at reasonably managed levels. And that is why he immediately introduced open market operations back into the system. We have also seen the yield curve correction, which had surged from lows of 13% to peak of 18% on the 20 years paper, 30 years paper, 2053s. These are steps they have taken to ensure that there is a whole lot of correlation between where inflation is and what Nigerian papers are printing. What we think going forward into 2024 is that the Apex Bank will maintain a stringent and tight monetary policy, especially in Q1, Q2, while they put an eye on inflationary pressures. So inflation targeting, I think it's going to be a major hallmark, a major policy thrust to this new CBN governor. And we do think that we will see monetary policy rate at some point, if inflation eases going into Q3, Q4, they might start easing monetary policy rates as at that point. But from what we see now, the tightening cycle continues.
Okay. So just to take us back a bit, we already spoke about the FX pressure problem that we have in Nigeria. Do you think that crypto regulation and adoption can reduce that FX pressure issue?
Well, it's interesting. The monetary authorities are very anti-crypto, and we have seen it from previous pronouncements. However, of late, we have seen the Security and Exchange Commission delve into the matter by enlisting crypto as one of the assets under its purview of regulation. They have also set some criteria. It will be interesting at this point to note that we have over 12.6 million Nigerians holding crypto assets. That is mind-boggling. That's a good number. However, coming back to your question, is it good? Technically speaking, let's not forget that the more people buy for cryptocurrencies, they would have to access crypto using USD, right? That also implies that we will see more people if there is a regulation that brings them under regulatory authorities wanting to delve into that space. Why are Nigerians buying crypto? Nigerians are buying crypto as a store of value because of what we have seen become of the naira. The naira has been devalued. The naira has lost its value. So people are holding crypto as a store of value. The technical question is crypto a store of value? In my sense, it is not, because one of the basic fundamental principles of money as a store of value is that at every particular time, you can say your £1 is your £1. But we have also seen that crypto has been a speculative asset. We have seen it hit points of 60 units, 60,000 units. It has dwindled to as low as 13,000 in dollar. Okay, and this gives me a little bit of a concern, and I think that is why the regulators are looking at it. So to bring it back home, the more people pursue crypto assets, the more pressure we have on the dollar, which we don't even have the liquidity for now. And that is why you can say that there has been a surge in everybody trying to hold a dollar asset because of the dwindling fortunes of the naira. So to answer your question, by bringing this into perspective, the more Nigerians access crypto, the more pressure we have on the USD. And the more what we think we are pursuing to protect in foreign stability, the more we see that there would be a bigger pressure on the naira against the dollar. So the naira will continue to lose value because we are talking about simple demand supply dynamics now. Until we get to the point where we have reasonable inflows and liquidity of dollar currency in the system, the pursuit of crypto assets is more of on the negative side to the naira. So it will not give us that stability we need. Is crypto good for exchange of goods and services? Yes, crypto could be good in terms of pursuits of trade because of the ease in transaction. But as it is now, in Nigeria, we are facing a huge chunk of currency speculation. And the more Nigerians go into buying crypto as a store of value, the more pressure comes on the naira.
So basically, it won't reduce FX pressure.
No, it's on the contrary, it's on the other way around.
Okay. So currently in the Nigerian financial markets, do you think that FPIs are a necessity?
Thank you. FPIs are a necessity in the short term. In the medium term, they are a necessity. In the long term, it seems they might also be a necessity because the fiscal authorities have not found a way to create liquidity. So what we need at the immediate is a structure that can bring in inflows. Whether we are talking of diaspora Nigerians remitting foreign currencies, or we are talking of foreign direct investments, which we are losing, as it were, or we are talking of foreign portfolio investors, which is hot money. But we need those funds to come in now. With those funds coming in, we will start seeing ease in the NAFEX window on the foreign exchange side, and that might dovetail into the everyday Nigerian market space and help in reducing the pressure of liquidity. So if we imagine a $10 billion inflow into the Nigerian banking system, that would definitely help the naira. So yes, we do need foreign portfolio investors coming into it.
It's been wonderful having you on Marina Times, and I'm sure that everybody has learned some key things today from this interview. So thank you very much for having us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Much.
Thank you.